Come on, it's probably time to accept your lawsuit. Psychomantis is gonna take all of your money. And your cool suit, too.
I can feel the anger building up inside. Really angry.
They're totally not angry. That's why you're. She has more feathers around her? Seriously? She's dying the same way as Laughing Octopus did. It's like a Kingdom Hearts style death. This death brought to you by Disney. She's scared just like Laughing Octopus was. Is she going to turn into Raging Beauty now? I'm assuming that's what's gonna happen. He's having ridiculous hallucinations. No! Now she's gonna try to grab me again, just like the other one did.
Let me out of this cage. I don't need these wings. I don't need this ring.
Look at her ass. That's great. Her molten hot ass. They say that's what I'm guessing, considering it keeps lighting up like it's, well, I guess, full of heat. That's Dr. Camo too. Okay, I guess Octocamo is really common.
Let your anger flow.
Nope, I will defeat you non-lethally. I got to take her down the same way I took down Laughing Beauty? I guess so.
Snake! She's come out of her suit! Watch out! She's gonna try to grab you!
There we go. The Muslim Nagan's really good at putting her to sleep. Okay, I gotta reload it again, whatever. Alright, that was approximately 500 times easier than the actual fight. All I did was tranquilize you. Seriously? Now she's curling up in the same fetal position. At least they're being a little bit more respectful, not trying to show me your ass while she's, either having a mental breakdown or dying. Either way, maybe both. Who knows? Who is it? Does he recognize the face? Oh hey, free grenade launcher. Yeah, ignore the possibly insane dying woman next to it.
Way to bring that bird down, Sneak. Drabbin'. And you got yourself a souvenir too. A grenade launcher. Nice. That's a real user-friendly weapon.
Not much use to me without an ID, though.
I'll launder this one free of charge.
What's the catch?
Only that you give it to me when you're done with it. A weapon with that many decades of rage stored up inside it. Now that's a collector's item.
How old was she?
I'd say about 20. But she had years of soldiers' rage hidden away in that youthful body of hers.
She collects rage.
Yeah, the soldiers of Ake. A place that hasn't seen peace in a long, long time. She was captured by one side or another and kept caged up like an animal, along with God knows how many other kids.
That's what her mental breakdown was about. I get it.
Exactly. It's unknown whether her captors were with the government or the rebels. In any case, they got their kicks by abusing these helpless little kids day after day after day. That constant barrage, that battlefield rage slowly built up inside their bodies, their minds. The kids tried to keep each other's spirits up.
With
Always
spirits.
clinging to the hope that someone would come to their
Lots and lots
rescue,
of booze.
barely surviving off of scraps of food.
And booze.
But those soldiers didn't stop. They called the kids parasites and shit-eating ravens. Beat them even harder. Then one morning, the soldiers just up and left, leaving the surviving kids to be eaten alive by the birds. Almost like one of those sky burials. One by one, their bodies were picked apart by ravens' beaks. Until finally the flock
So
came
why were
upon her.
these, like, murderous ravens
But by
there?
some miracle, their beaks cut her bonds instead. And like that, she was liberated. In that instant, she was filled with an uncontrollable rage.
And that's
it
how she
smothered her
became the way
soul.
she was, I guess.
She ripped the ravens pecking at her to pieces, and then went after the soldiers. And when she finally
Damn, that sounds
caught
like a
with them,
badass.
she waited until nightfall, like a hunter awaiting its prey. They say that when a raven cries, a man dies. And that's exactly what happened that night. Screeching and cawing, she killed every last living being in the camp. Both the soldiers and the civilians they'd
How
enslaved.
the shit did that even work?
In her eyes, there was no longer a difference. The cruelty her friends had suffered, the pain and humiliation she'd endured. Hers was the distillation of the rage that decades of war had imparted on those soldiers.
It was her strength and her greatest weakness.
You're something else, Snake. You managed to cleanse Raven of her rage. No, seriously. You're the seed of war. In fact, I'd say you might even be war itself.
Drebin.
Maybe it's still too early to tell.
Jevin
You still
really
got
knows
half
how to.
the B&B core ahead of you.
Jevin really knows how to
Keep
push
your
his
eye on the
buttons.
ball, pal.
It's pretty obvious that guy has more than just, you know, a little bit of gun laundering under his belt, but we'll find out. We'll find out exactly what's going on. Face call for Raging Beauty. Just because I took her down non-lethally. Imagine how hard that would have been if I tried to take her down, like, not, if I tried to take, you know, the Raven part of her down non-lethally. Outrageously hard, that's what it would have been.